Good morning. I'm going to show you how to do custom shape today with a gradient. So get ready and here we go. While I'm setting you up, File, New, go to the default Photoshop size, and it's 7 inches by 5 inches. Today 72 is fine. But if you were going to use it for your science magazine, which you might use it for a call out or a pull quote or something like that, we would want the resolution to be 300 because you're publishing it. And they are going to be printed. So we'll just go ahead and do that now. So you'll have it. Click OK. Now, right now, before you notice or say anything, I am using Photoshop CS3 because I'm at home, but there's not much difference and you'll be fine. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is put a dark color on our background, but I also need you to reset your tools so things work properly. The first thing I want you to do is check your background and your foreground, just in case your background color is something else. You can go right here and it says default foreground and background colors, and you can click or you can hit the letter D and it will just update it. The other thing I want you to do is click on your move tool, and also notice when you scroll over that, if you hit the letter V, as in violet, it'll automatically go to the move tool. Okay? Alright. We're going up here to your settings in your control panel. I'm going to drop that down, go out, and yours has a gear here where I have options. Yours has the little gear setting. And we're going to reset all tools. And click OK. Alright. We're ready to go. I almost always use black for my background because whatever color I decide to use will look good on it. So again, but if you're going to change your color, just go over here and pick it out. I also like navy blue. It's one of my favorite colors. So navy blue is now on the foreground. Your gradient tool is probably on top. Your paint bucket is underneath. Okay, so we're going to go paint bucket and just dump. That's all there is to it. Now, we need a new layer. So there's lots of ways. You can click here and add a new layer. Go to your options. Ooh, where'd it go? Oops, I'm on the paint bucket, that's why. Alright. And also clicked color options. Did you notice that? And how many times have y'all done that? I don't have it. Okay, so layers panel, your options, and new layer. Notice the shortcut is Shift Control N. Right? That's something you're going to want to learn. So we're going to go Shift Control and the letter N. And it lets us name it. So we're going to type in shape. And all of this is fine. Click OK. Now, custom shapes are underneath here. And your rectangle tool is probably on top. But again, every tool that has a little triangle at the bottom has tools hidden underneath. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Okay. Alright, so it's under the path selection tool. So click and hold and go down to the custom shape tool. While I'm here, all of these shapes will help you design a pull quote for your science magazine. But we're using custom shape just because I want to show you some things that you have access to. They're a little bit different. Now, your control panel up here looks different than mine. you have the shape tool, and then you have a little drop down that says the word shape, where mine is fill pixels. So don't worry about that. Yours should say the word shape up here, and it drops down and then says path or pixels. So don't worry, that's the default. You're good to go. You also have an option to fill it with a color to start out with and change the stroke. So I'm going to go here and just look right quick. I would have to go to fill here where yours says fill, and I think you have black. I need you to choose a contrasting color. So foreground, I'm going to pick a color. Well, you know what? Let's choose white. So where yours says black, click on white. And whatever background color you have, it'll show up. Okay, and then click OK. And then go back. As you're scrolling over this way, you're going to see stroke. I need you to pick a contrasting stroke color. Oh, this is not going to work. I'm going to have to go back some steps, okay? So I'm going to go to history and go back to new layer, because that filled in white on my whole layer, and that can't happen. Okay, so CS6 is there are more changes than I thought. So anyway, we're going to go with this. Just go with the defaults for now, and we'll see what happens. But you do have an option of fill. Yesterday we went with none. It's got the box with the red line in it on the fill. And stroke, we picked a different color and made it where you see 3 point. I need you to type in a 10 or 7, 8, 9, or 10. Okay, so here are shapes. I'm going to drop it down. I'm running out of time quick. You don't have this many, I don't think, showing up by default. We're going to kick this out. Again, you've got the little gear. I'm going to tell it, show me all. Okay? And I want you to hit OK. And then you just drag your window where you can see them all. Alright? And just make it wider like that. Alright. You need to choose a shape that's solid black. Alright? The frames seem like, oh, that would be perfect for a pull quote or something like that. But where the black is located is where your color will go. So for a pull quote, what we want to do, I want you to choose a shape that's solid, and then you can play with it as you want to, okay? Lots of different things to choose from, but just kind of pick one and go with it, because we're just playing and practicing. Alright, yesterday I picked the cloud because the day before we had the beautiful sunsets. And I can't find it. Where is it? There it is. Okay. So when I say solid, I mean the solid black shapes. Okay. So I'm going to click on the cloud. Alright, just double click it so that goes away. Alright, here we go. I'm going to click and I'm going to drag. And oops, mine's navy blue because that's what my foreground was. So I'm going to undo. And pick, let's see, there ought to be a no color here somewhere. There has to be. Oh well, I'm going to just go with white. Alright, so let me see my cloud. Alright, there you go. Now, I'm going to select, you're not going to have to do this, but I am because you already have a stroke. I'm going to have to select my cloud and then go edit, stroke, and change that to 10. And we'll make the color a sky blue, aqua blue. Alright. And click OK. I'm on Control D to deselect that. Alright, the other thing that you've got to do where I don't is you've got to go over here now because your shape layer has a little extra square here letting you know that it's a vector object. You drew it. That's a change. You're gonna right click and in your list you're going to have something that's called rasterize. Okay, RASTERIZE, I believe. Okay, it's called rasterize, and I don't have it because I don't have to do it. Alright, so click on that and the little square that is right there will go away. Alright, after this we should be good to go. Gradient tool is under your paint bucket, so click and hold and go to your gradient tool. Alright, and you're going to notice you have lots of different options for your direction of the gradient, but let's just start with this one. Okay, I believe you've got some extra choices, but they may be the same. But if you'll mouse over, it'll say linear. This is radial, I think. Yes, angle, reflected, and then diamond. Alright, drop down here. Mine's different. Alright, but you have these defaults. So pick the one you want to. It doesn't matter to me. It's fine. Do get one that's solid, that doesn't have the transparency in it. Okay, so try to get one that's got solid from top to bottom. Would be better for this today. Alright, so I'm going to double click. And the key here is you have to tell it where you want the gradient to go. So if I just click, or if I just, I'm sorry, you don't click and do this. If I just drag, it fills in the whole layer. Okay? So you have to tell the gradients where you want them to go. So I'm going to click on the magic wand tool and click in my cloud. And then go back to gradient and say, okay, I need you to go here. Alright, and there you go. And if you change the direction, you want to see what it'll do from here to here. Just do it again. You don't have to go from edge to edge. You can go from the middle like that. Everything will angle you do, you're going to get a different look. So you click and drag till you get what you like. You can also drag like that and drag over it. So if there are colors that you, I don't really want to include those. You can mess with it till you get the way you want it. And this is ugly. So let me try again. Alright, well, I think I liked it better when it was kind of like this. Alright, so there's your gradient. Now, my stroke is not as thick as it appeared yesterday, but I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to click on my magic wand tool, and there's the stroke. And go back to gradient. Now you would not do this, we're just doing this for kicks, okay? But let's see if I can find something that would look better. This one might look better for the stroke, so I'm going to double click that. And it's selected. I'm going to zoom out so you can see what happened. Control D. There's not much blue there because I did a short selection. Oops. Alright, so I'm going to have to, I can go back to history, or I can Control Alt Z and go back 2 steps. Okay, maybe one more.